Well, happy Sunday, everybody. Today, we're going to have a shave with the fat. I'll be using a pre-shave here, Parasso, so we'll get that going. How's everybody's weekend going? Hopefully good. Just enjoying over the week watching everybody's videos, especially Alex's videos from 757 History. I believe that's his tag for his channel. He has really gotten comfortable shaving with a straight razor. You can tell he's gotten in a lot of practice, which is fantastic. I think this time next year he'll be probably shaving without even thinking about it. It'll be like autopilot for him, cruising along, just having tons of fun. All right, what I usually do with fat is I usually bloom it, so I soak it down a little bit, put a little water in there, and then I'll take a shower. And while it's blooming, and while this is sitting in some hot water and getting soft, this core brush, I'll let it all get nice and soft. This is the original formula from Mitchell's Wool Fat. I read someplace a while back that they are going out of business. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know, along with many other shave soaps made over in Europe, they ended up changing their formula and removing tallow, which I don't know if that affected their business or not, and how well their shave soap performed, and if people just stopped buying it because it didn't have tallow in it and it wasn't performing right. Which is a real sad thing. I think that now that most of the UK is out of the European Union, it would be good for them to, instead of stick to that goofy rule, to go ahead and allow these soap companies to put tallow back in their products, so that they can have their original products again and get all the customers that they lost from when they had to substitute tallow for palm oil extract or whatever it is, which doesn't perform the same. Looks like I need some water here. And thin it out some. We're working on about 4 or 5 days growth. The razor that we're going to be shaving with today is a vintage Solingen Garantie, or Garantie, or however you pronounce it. Let me show you guys the razor. I cleaned it up. This is an eBay razor. Reset the bevel. It wasn't bad, it just had a chip in the middle, so I had to take that out. There'll be a honing video, of course, that you will be seeing. And so it's got some really nice spine work. It's obviously not original scales, but you know, it's a really nice little razor. I believe it's 5/8. Don't quote me on that. If not 5/8, it's probably like close to it, or 4/8 razor. It's one of the skinnier ones. So clear the runways. Clean this up a little bit. We'll see how this edge works out. This edge was finished on the Los Lats hybrid side, my new caudicle that I got. And it doesn't seem to be having any problems cutting through that 5 days growth, and that is an extremely keen, smooth blade, I have to say. That was a very good purchase. The caudicle Los Lat. So I honed it on 5K to get all the chips out, and I believe I just went straight to the Los Lat after that, and I honed on water on the yellow side, and then I dried the stone out and honed on, well, actually I think I honed on the hybrid side with water too and soap. Then I dried the stone out. Honed it with baby oil on the hybrid side. Well, and who said these little razors that are skinny can't do the job of a big fat one, huh? Big wide one? This is mowing down 5 days growth like no other. Super comfortable. It's one thing I like about these little razors is their skinny ones are super manageable for whipping around the spots where you gotta be more careful and where you don't have a whole lot of room. Wow. So I got quiet there for a minute. I'm just really enjoying this shave. There's nothing like a wool fat shave. I'll tell you what. And if you can get your hands on the original formula, it's definitely worth it. What I did with my puck is I grated it up and then pushed it into the container. It seems to lather up a lot easier that way and quicker. Kind of like the Williams. There's some people that have a hard time lathering up Williams or Mitchell's wool fat. And my suggestion would be grate it up and then push it into a container and make sure you bloom it and with hot water, real hot water, and you should be good to go. But just like Arco, if Arco wasn't around and the world ended and I could only choose one soap, one shave soap, it would be Mitchell's Full Fat, the original formula with the tallow. If I couldn't get Arco. As it is, without a doubt, one of the top shave soaps that you can buy online. And if my memory serves, I ordered this one, I think it was Amazon. If not, it was eBay. It was one of those two, Amazon or eBay, that I got this one from. But it was before they changed the formula. The residual slickness is fantastic. That went pretty fast. Let's have a little feel around, see if I missed anything. Right there, right there. Yeah, looks like we'll do some against the grain passes, see how well this hybrid conical edge handles up to that. So that's the real test, I believe, is going against the grain. And then it's not getting hung up from pulling. Very nice. Very comfortable going against the grain. water. Alright, let's rinse with some really cold water. It's sweating in here. It gets so humid and hot in the bathroom. I always shave after I take a shower. I'll get dressed and do the hair up real quick. What little hair I got here. And then prep the face for a shape and go at it. Wow, that is close. Yeah, that Westlat hybrid stands up to its name. I think that one's probably for a natural stone, very high grit, very, very fine. I was able to get that to be. So, I'll test how I did with pressure and toning. See if there's any stinging, or if I went over a place too many times. Just a little tingle right here and right in here, which is normal. But other than that, with the alum, not much of anything. This is alum from Shave Nation. Great stuff. Alright, we'll get some more cold water here. I'll wipe that off. And then when I was going through all my aftershaves, I ran into something I haven't used in quite a long time, which is a decent summer scent. Also good for winter and spring. It's made by Garantie, however you pronounce that. It was a cologne that they had made for men at one point in time, but they stopped making it a while back. It was one of my favorite scents, other than the pie, and it is called Very Irresistible for Men. So when I got my cologne, which I still have, it's the original first one that came out. It came with a little aftershave and a little shave balm. And I have the cologne, which will, depending on how strong this is, I'll put on later. I've got a couple places to go, including the post office today, and I don't want to stink everybody out in line. Oh, you didn't see that. So the little top comes off, and then there's this. There we go. Put a little shave balm on. Shake it up because it's old and things separate after a while. Doesn't take much of this stuff. That, and I'm using it sparingly because it's not made anymore. Alright, well, today's shave, I shaved with wool fat, Solingen Garantie, with the nice work on the spine, the old boar brush, and we followed up with Very Irresistible for Men Aftershave and Balm. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you soon.